I had my kids play pretty much everything. Hockey, football, soccer, basketball.
You put them in everything.
Spring hockey, ball hockey. They were in everything. Lacrosse. The one sport that I didn't get them involved in, or that my wife and I didn't get them involved in, was baseball. Yeah. And I've always regretted that because it's such a great sport.
It is.
It's also a very complicated sport. And if you didn't play it or weren't a fan right off the bat, it's hard to get into the meat of the game.
Yeah, understand it.
This World Series, this playoff drive by, and I don't think I'm the only parent like this. This playoff drive, and it was wonderful for the Blue Jays. My boys were right into it.
Yes.
My daughter was right into it, and they learned. And I was able to, I don't know a ton about baseball, but I played it a bit as a kid. One of these dads that I was playing lacrosse and baseball one spring at the same time when I was a kid. He's after that spring was over, that summer was, hey, pick one or the other. I'm not driving you to both. Anyway, so I played it a bit, played it more when I was up north. But I ended up falling in love with the sport. But I've lost a little bit of interest over the years.
Yes, me too.
Okay? But this sparked my interest, and I loved being able to talk to my boys about it.
Same thing.
Like hey, this is what they're doing here. There's runners in scoring position.
Yep.
He's going to change pitch. I just love talking to them about it. And it was because of and I can imagine there were people all over the country, not just as parents, but just people in general, whose interest in baseball was sparked by what the Blue Jays were up to. So I as much as I didn't want them to win, I thank them for that, because it is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sport. And I can't imagine what that playoff drive did for baseball in Canada. I bet I'll guarantee you registration goes up
for baseball.
For baseball in the spring. It was really, really, really special, and I love the fact my boys and my daughter got into that. Got into the great sport of baseball, thanks in large part to what the Blue Jays were up to. It was captivating. It was so dramatic, and what happened in Game 6? And they should have won both those games.
They should have won both, Don. They left too many guys on base. I'm sorry, Donnie. 22 men on base they left in Game 6 and 7. You can't win.
Yeah.
Loaded the bases twice in Game 7. 26 million Americans watched it. Huge number on Fox, Don. Canadian numbers aren't out yet, but they're going to be huge. The Canadian numbers are going to set a record. Big time. Big time.
And I think one of the real well, first of all, those games were there for the winning. Games 6 and 7.
Yeah.
But we focus so much on Game 7. It's fresher in our memories. But the Game 6 stat that I can't get out of my mind is, and it was a 3-1 Dodgers victory, a 2-run victory, not a 1-run victory like in Game 7. But that double play to end the game in Game 6 that the Dodgers pulled off, it was the first 8-4 left field to second base double play. Not in World Series history, in Major League Baseball playoff history. It hadn't happened. I don't mean to laugh, but it hadn't happened before. And here's another thing, and I tweeted this out, something to this effect on Saturday. I never felt the Dodgers were at their best at any point
in the series
during that series.
Yes,
Ohtani was.
They were outplayed.
Good. He didn't play like a superstar. Same thing with Mookie Betts.
He was awful.
Snell was not great. They beat him twice.
Look who hit the homers for them. It wasn't the top of the order. It was the bottom of the order.
So I never felt they were at their best. It was a stunning victory. I didn't feel they were at their best. It was a stunning victory for a lot of reasons. But from that point of view as well, it's just like I didn't think the Dodgers looked like a team with this massive payroll full of superstars, and yet they ended up winning in 7 games.
Dodgers hit 200. 200, Donnie. There's guys that get paid $60, $70 million a year to hit 300. They hit 200 as a team, and they still won the World Series. Defense. I never appreciated defense in baseball until I watched this series, and both sides were good defensively.
Well, you know who was great defensively?
Oh,
it was Vladimir Guerrero.
That's right.
Jr. He was just absolutely
He
tremendous. And, when you see these contracts, he signs a $500 million contract over 14 years. And, man, is he worth it? I mean, I know he's great. But then you watch something like that on the biggest stage. And we all know what he did offensively, but he was so tremendous and so athletic defensively, pulled off some defensive gems in Game 7. It was a treat to watch him, honestly. And again, I'm not a Jays fan. I did not want them to win for various reasons that we documented on this show that I know a lot of people are sick and tired of. But to watch a performance like that was just absolutely tremendous. And he wasn't the only one. I felt bad for Kirk being the person who hit into the double play to end this because he also just so charismatic. He also made himself a lot of fans in Canada and across the baseball world with what he was up to. I felt bad for him. It was just great theater.
Springer not 100%. You could tell he was in pain. Look at Bo Bichette. He can't run. He couldn't run on the bases, but he's hitting homers and he's hitting singles and doubles. It was great drama. Great drama.
So now the big question: they have 6 free agents. Maybe 7,
Bichette's
but
the big
6
one.
for sure, and Bichette's the big one. Said he wanted to stay after the game.
Show me the money.
Those were short answers, but who knows what's going to happen.
Show me the money.
Money talks. I know him and Vladdy are close, but that's not going to be the be-all and end-all for him. It was really, really special.